Alright, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And today, what we are going to be doing is talking about a game that I did an early access review on. And I said I was going to come back and do another review later. The game has left early access. It left it about 2 months ago, almost 2 months to the day when I'm recording this video. It came out of early access on 5/16/22. I'm a little behind on getting the next review on up, but I went into the game and checked it on out, and that game is Sunday Rivals. But before we get into the full review that I did on the before we get into my review of the game at this point, I do want to just mention that my name is Matt. This is TallArt73, and this is my gaming corner. Alright, so now we got that out of the way, there is one thing I want to bring up also. So, when playing the game, you're going to notice that my taskbar, this part right down here, that I'm highlighting over, did not go away during the gameplay. I couldn't figure out exactly why it wasn't disappearing. The game should have been full screen, should have been over the top of the taskbar. I do not use auto hide, as you can tell. I move my mouse, the taskbar stays there. So it took a little bit to figure it out. So I do want to go over that. I am on Windows 11, but I want to go over how to get the taskbar to respond back again properly if you run into this problem where it stays on top of every screen. Best way to do it is just open up any folder. Is this the easiest way to find what you're looking for? Do Control-Alt-Delete to bring up your task manager. I'm going to bring my task manager onto this screen because I do use two. When you have your task manager up, go to your Windows Explorer, and then, if I can make this a little bit bigger so you can see it, click Reset Task. So it should say Restart Explorer or whatever, but that's all you want to do is just restart it. Your screen's going to do what mine's about to do here. Gets a little bit of a flicker, taskbar goes away, taskbar comes back. That is how you fix the taskbar if it's not responding properly. I even turned on auto hide when I was doing it on Windows 11. It didn't matter, it stayed there. So keep that in mind. But now let's get on to the review. Alright, so here we are. We're inside the game. I am the Green Bay Cheese, or whatever they called them, versus the Chicago Koalas. And physically wise, the gameplay has not really seemed to have changed much. So in his final patch notes, the guy did mention that he added fumbles into here, and he added more dynamic lighting, plus the officials on this side where you can see them with the flags that tell you where the first down markers are. So I did try my time here just seeing if I could get a fumble to happen, which I did not get a single turnover in this game, at least not fumble wise. I did throw a pick later in the game, but I want to see if anything else felt like it changed in the game. And physically wise, the gameplay still feels the same. This game is very much an arcade style football game because there's no pass interference. You could get called for offsides if you go offsides, but there's no pass interference. And some of these hits you can put on the game, they look like some big heavy hits. I mean, bam, look how far back he flew. That is where this game kind of reminds me a little bit, just a touch with the hits, of NFL Blitz. I played NFL Blitz a little bit, but I wasn't big on it. But I did play it some. But as you can see here, if you pick the wrong defensive play, the computer can definitely destroy you with the running plays, passing plays, all that kind of stuff. The game seems to play pretty darn well. I mean, the AI is pretty good. If you got a cornerback that's got real high stats, he will defend your receiver very well, as long as you're in the right play. And the rushing's really pretty good in the game. I got nothing wrong there. Now this part kind of surprised me. They're on 4th down. I thought they're going to kick a punt, and I couldn't call a punt return. So I had to find out what I want to try. So I went with a deep coverage play because I figured they were going to go deep on this one. So this kind of surprised me that the computer actually went for it on 4th down. And they tricked me by running a running play. All my defenders are heading downfield. they got the instant 7 yards. And that's what I mean by if you pick the wrong plays, the computer can sometimes burn you for it. And I will admit, Chicago here, they were doing pretty good on running. And yeah, pretty nice screen pass there. Guy took a pretty good hit. In the graphics, I mean, yeah, they're blocky style graphics, but they seem to fit this game perfectly. I mean, the guy picked a great style for what he did here. Keep in mind, it is just one guy that worked on this game. He doesn't have plans yet to port it over to any console. So there's that too. And there I was in the wrong defense setup, and he burned me in the middle of the field. I think I was something like a cover 2 on that one. And again, the computer side, it's gonna go for 2. So I'm like, damn, going for 2. I wasn't expecting it. But like I said, I do got to give the AI some pretty good confidence, and not confidence, but some pretty good points for what he did here. He does have it really well done. So now it's my turn. My guy doesn't return the ball because it went too far out. It went out of bounds, got a touchback. But like I said, the playbooks still are the same. They're not any bigger. You know, everything still feels the same in the game. Controls are really good. I have no complaints about the controls. I know some people get mad at the constant how it goes Sunday arrivals, boom, boom, when it goes through a loading screen type idea, but those go by so fast it doesn't matter. So a couple downsides for some of you in this game. One, there is no multiplayer, and I know that's a big issue for a lot of people, especially when you're dealing with a sports game. They want to see multiplayer. They want to go online, play against friends. You can do a couch co-op, as it's now been called. That is there. There is a coach mode, it looks like, because you do have one with a clipboard that you can just coach the guys and not do anything. Because over here, I was trying out a cheese plate that I found before. I'm going to go do it right now. I had to change gears here. So this play worked like crazy when I first got it. But right now, I thought I got it intercepted there, but I did catch it. It still works, but it all depends on how well the defenders are rated. So that's where the fun comes in at. But back to the big issue. No multiplayer, only co-op, couch op, or co-op, however you want to play it. Couch potato gaming is in here. The guy did say that to do a physical multiplayer would take a lot more time. He might put it in if he makes another one. He might put it in that one. Who knows? I'm okay with having a single player. That's because I like to play single player a lot more than multiplayer, but multiplayer would have been fun. But he did not add that on yet. You do get a season mode. It's only one season, is all it is. It would be nice to see a franchise mode in this one too, because I like to play for multiple seasons. I like to draft players and all that kind of stuff. But for this guy's first football game, I actually have to, and right there was that cheese play again, by the way, that I just got picked on. But I would have to say for this game, for the way it is and what he's got set up so far, it's worth the price he's asking. He's only asking $19.99 still. Now that's out of early access. And yeah, so at this point, since I got to try out a little bit of the game to see if anything changed, I'm like, okay, that works. I'm going to go with the game modes. And I am going to check out the weather options and see what we get here for dynamic lighting and all that kind of stuff. So, go and change the settings. I want a rainstorm. Got that right. I want it downpouring. Go with an evening. Let's go late afternoon. I thought I went with an evening game on that one. So I want to see what kind of dynamic lighting this guy had. So first of all, we get some nice heavy rainfall. And the rain looks pretty good. Now granted, the guys are running and not really kicking up water. We can see their footprints in there. And when you hit them, boom, water goes flying up. I love that little detail. It would be cool to see, water splashing up from their feet while they're running, but just the fact when you hit them, it's little details like that that make it kind of nice. pass, ball goes nowhere. Yeah, you can see the rain's pretty good. I'm going to stop talking for a few minutes. Let's just do a little bit of the sound before I go to the next weather setting. Alright, so there you got to hear a little bit of the rain and all that. I will admit it sounds better when it was in my headphones and I was listening to it with this volume up. You get some really nice sound effects from the rain coming down that hard. But let's get on over to the next weather style. Alright, so this time I decided to go with an early morning game. I want to see what kind of lighting we had here. And I see we get some nice shadows going across. Almost looks a little hazy towards the back of the field, and I did a really lousy kick. But as you can see, this is where the dynamic lighting comes into play a bit more. Got a little bit of God rays coming down in the back there. I say very nice shadows of everything. You know, they're not soft shadows, so they're not, you know, like ray tracing or anything, but that is fine. Ray tracing still, even with a 3080 or 3090, can still tax your system pretty hard. But all in all, the overall lighting he's got in here is actually pretty darn good. So that's going to leave us one more weather pattern to check out, and that's going to be the snow. And yes, I do put it with heavy snow, so let's get into that one. Alright, so here we go. We are going to be playing in the snowstorm. And I like the fact that the snow looks pretty deep. Guys' boots are kind of covered. Looks like it's about up to their ankles, or ankles should be a better way to phrase it. They leave tracks in the snow, which is good. Ball just stopped dead once it hit in that deep snow. That was nice. Bounced once and just stopped. Like I said, it looks like the guy's feet are buried. You know, they leave tracks in the snow, which is nice. When you hit the guy, I think I hit him, or did he make it all the way? They do leave a little imprint in the snow too, which is also a very nice little feature. So all in all, I like the snow, I like the rain, looks really good. Yeah, I mean, physically wise, this game is very, very good. Graphic wise, it's extremely well done. I like the blocky graphics. It adds a little bit of difference to a football game. Lighting is really good. Gameplay is good. The AI is actually pretty darn good. Like I said, he did try to keep it to where if a receiver is better than your cornerback, your cornerback will have fun keeping up with them. So that was a plus. If you have a quarterback like I'm using right here, Jackson build, that the quarterback stinks, have fun throwing with this guy. Just watch this. Well, first one is a pitch. I think that was my fullback right there. He's not very good at running. But yeah, if your quarterback's not good at throwing on the run, stuff like that, it actually does affect your gameplay this time. You know, like man says it affects it, but I still don't think it really does. I mean, look how lousy that throw was. And that wasn't even the area I was throwing to. I was going to A, who was going off on the left side. And for some reason, he went the other way. Go fig. But, alright. Let's get on to the final review if I think this game is worth buying or not. Alright, so everybody, that was Sunday Rivals. My kind of review on it. Might not be a great reviewer, but I think you get the idea behind the game. One, the game's graphics are really good. I do like them. I like the blockier look. The gameplay, that includes the AI, the way the computer plays and stuff like that, and the way your players play. If you got crappy players, if you got good players, also extremely well done. The running, when you're running with the running back, very well done depending on how good your running back is. Like the players' stats seem to mean something this time, which I think is awesome. You know, if you have a really slow linebacker trying to catch up to a speedy running back, have fun. He ain't gonna catch him. Madden, doesn't matter who you got. You can bring anybody and they seem to catch him because they all seem to run at 99 speed. This is done better. Does it mean I think this is a game that's going to take Madden down? Definitely not. Madden's too big for the way it is. Too many of us buy it. You know, it's been out for years. It has official NFL license. This one does not. If I had to pick the one biggest downfall of this game, it is the fact that there is no multiplayer. I know a lot of people will bash the game for that. But that still leaves that question. Is it worth buying? Well, at the time of recording this video, the price is $19.99, which, let me get my face off the screen here. The game is $19.99. It is out of early access. This is the actual full asking price. You see, I haven't done a review on Steam for it yet, but I will be. And it does have very positive reviews. So a lot of people are liking this game. I am one of them. And yes, I would recommend buying this. If you're looking for a good, fun arcade football game, this is the one for you. So I hope that helps you guys with any decisions you might have on whether or not buying this game is for you or not. I do feel it is definitely worth $20. Nothing wrong with that. Said the game just came out of early access about 2 months ago. So check it on out. Go to Steam, put it on your wish list. I'll have a link for it in the description below. You guys can go check it out that way. But I do feel if you're looking for a decent, fun football game, something I feel Madden has lost track of, just being straight fun to play, Sunday Rivals might be the one you're looking for. So until next time, I'll see you in the next video.